Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2025 reading for you. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is listed in the description box below. Angels and spirit guides. And I look forward to reading for you. Oh. Angels and spirit guides, show them clearly. Interesting. Let me just move this over. Ah! Everything's falling. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Leo, you've been burnt in the past, and there is this sense right now as you're moving forward. It's like, is everything going to balance out? Am I moving in the right direction? Also, you are kind of lacking a bit of the gusto that you had before. You're a little bit tired. You're a little bit tired, a little bit like, okay, like I'm kind of done. So just being aware of that energy, not meaning like you're done with everything. It's like, I'm done with fighting so hard and pushing so hard, and what is it all for? And it can feel like you're having a bit of a existential crisis, or a bit of, kind of like questioning and intensity coming forward. So do be aware of that during this time. You're really okay. You're doing great. You are moving forward and really achieving a lot. So stop being so hard on yourself. At the heart of everything, you have justice. You have things coming into balance. Now, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be fair, but it does mean that everything is settling. This is also very strong Libra energy. Time frame is September 23rd to October 22nd. So this is balance. This is deeper understanding. You are like kind of settling into things. You're also being just and fair for yourself. It's not, okay, I have to do all of this for everybody else, or I have to be just and fair to everybody and make everybody happy. It's like, okay, this is my life. I have to make this just, this fair as I move forward for me. Now, you're going to have a bit of difficulty with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? Very strong Libra energy here. Last half of September, you can be having a bit of difficulty with a Libra. Again, you're balancing the scales, so that can come forward during this time. But also with the Knight of Swords, you can be a little bit reckless, right? You want things to move forward. You're tired of planning. You've been doing this for so long, right? You've been working so hard and fighting so long and doing so much that right now you're just kind of like, if I push forward, any way forward is going to be good. And that's not always the case, right? Sometimes we don't want to walk forward because there's a pit, or, it could be into a bog. Like, nobody wants that. So here, with the Knight of Swords, slowing it down, also making sure you think before you speak is going to be really important, because your mind can be going a mile a minute, and you can just say things and it can sound really clear in your head, but when you say it out loud, it's like, oh, either I shouldn't have said that, or oh, it didn't come out as clearly as I wanted it to. So it doesn't mean that you have to be totally obsessive and don't speak because you'll make a mistake. It is saying here, kind of like, just slow it down, because you're going to do things out of frustration, and then it's going to get kind of mucked up. So do be mindful about that. You're really entering into a healing time. The last half of September for you is a real time of healing. You have 3 of the 4 nights here, so it's a movement time, but it's a movement time where it's almost like, it's like doing dance moves and you're tripping over your own feet, right? So it can feel clumsy, it can feel awkward, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like, I'm never going to learn these steps, I'm never going to get these moves. So just know that that energy's there, but you get it. You absolutely get it, and you move forward so exquisitely. So stop being so hard on yourself and so judgmental on yourself. You're healing in a beautiful way. You're having the sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspects of yourself come together. There's balance, there's insight. There's also a sense of calm. There's a sense of soothing. There's a sense of opening your wings. There's a sense of guiding your path forward. There's a sense of, okay, what is the bigger picture of what I'm looking for, of what I want, of what I desire for myself? So that's going to be a very important thing here with the Two of Cups. There's healing, there's connection, there's deeper understanding, there's the balancing of the dual aspect that is in each and every one of us human beings, and there's a harmonizing of self. Now, this can also be falling in love, where you can just even be thinking about falling in love, thinking about opening the doors to what you truly want in life. So that is also really beautiful. If you're in a relationship, that relationship can have been going through a metamorphosis, a change, and now you are healing and connecting in a deeper way. Your souls are coming together so beautifully. Now, you are tired with the Knight of Wands. That's the energy that's leaving. You have had to fight a lot. You have been in the midst of a lot. You have been determined, you have been focused, you have been driven. And so now, here with the Knight of Wands, that fire, that determination, that like, I'm going forward, I'm charging down, at the path. You're kind of over it. You really are. You're like, I really want to sit on the couch and veg. Like, I really want to calm things down. And yet you're going to get mad at yourself because if you sit on the couch and veg, then you're not getting everything you want done. So there's that push and pull during this time that can be aggravating. But you need to release some chaotic energy, right? Meaning you need to let yourself rest. You need to let yourself center yourself. You need to let yourself see what it is that you want. You're done with the fighting right now. You are. Yes, you have beautiful movement forward. This is a very movement-oriented time, but you're done with the fighting. And if you slow things down, you'll get the dance steps better, right? It's like learning moves in karate or in anything where you have to slow it down and practice, and then you'll get it. And sometimes you need to walk away from practicing because you're messing up. And it's like, okay, I don't know where I'm going wrong. I have to go back to class. I have to ask these questions. So here, because there isn't like the master class in life where we could just go and say, hey, universe, what am I getting wrong? We can just step back, let ourselves decompress, and come back to center, right? Come back to what Spirit is saying, where we can hear that connection to the universe within us. It brings us then to the Five of Cups. Your strength is going to be change your mind, change your life. Now, your strength can also be during this time, to be mindful about this, that you're really good at seeing what you have done wrong and what others have done wrong. And you can point it out because you're thinking, oh, I'm being helpful, right? I'm pointing out this because it isn't quite correct within yourself, within others. It's just not going to be received well by yourself or by anybody else. So do be mindful about that during this time. It doesn't mean that you have to say everything is hunky-dory, but it does mean here that we can have a tendency to cry over spilt milk, and we can have a tendency to be like, oh, well, I'm helping because we don't want to do this again, but we're not seeing the beautiful healing love that's coming forward, and that would be an easier path for us to walk, meaning it's going to be easier to connect through love and compassion, okay, than to especially berate ourselves over what we have done wrong. It's like we already get it. We totally get it. So just being aware of that, especially with our internal self-talk. It moves us then to the Four of Pentacles. Our near future is all about being in balance with ourselves. So we can be blocked, right? We can have energy not coming in as clearly mentally, emotionally. We can also feel that we're not rooted. So we can feel very kind of like uprooted, just kind of like out of place. Here also, Spirit is saying, hey, listen, you have a blockage around your mind, right? Around your crown chakra, right? It has to do with money or what we value as much as money. We have blockage around our heart chakra and around our earth star chakra. This is going to be a time where we're looking at things and saying, where have I built up walls around my mind and my heart? Okay? Because I hadn't had boundaries before. And so we went from one extreme to another, from no boundaries to super duper boundaries. So here, this is going to be a time where we're healing from that, where we're opening up the flow of energy, but also we are keeping those boundaries in place, because not having any boundaries, that's not going to work, because then it'll drain us psychically, emotionally, empathically. So being aware of this information is going to be a very powerful thing for the Four of Pentacles. Also being aware of vampiric energy from the past that has been draining us financially, prosperously and bountifully of spirit. So we are really looking at things and we're finding a center, we're grounding ourselves, we're looking at what it is that we truly desire for our path forward. And it moves us then with the advice, Leo, is the devil. So here it is the wild man, the wild herdsman, and it is the horned one. So with this card, there is a connection of the chaos of the world, and it is connecting with the chaos instead of trying to control the chaos. You cannot control the way a tree grows. Yes, you can prune it, right? You can trim its leaves, you can prune its shape, right? But you cannot make it grow one certain way and not have any buds come up anywhere else. This is going to be a time where we look at the chaos around us, and the advice is to see what we want, to look at what we're trying to build. There's going to be light within the darkness that comes forward, and there's going to be a guarding of spirit that comes from our angels and our spirit guides. It really comes in the form of the totem animal. So if you have a totem animal, you might be seeing it a bit more. If you don't have a totem animal, you might be feeling just a fiercer, a bit wilder spirit around you, and that is that totem animal's guidance, that's going to be moving with you. And this is also a sense of embracing the tenacity, determination, kind of wildness within us. We're not going to try and plan every minute of every day. We are letting ourselves express. We are letting ourselves open to ideas and open to new discoveries. And it brings us then to the environment. The environment that we're in is one of patience. That's why every time we try to rush it, it's not going to work the way that we want it to. This is a time of looking at our patience, of centering ourselves, of seeing what it is that we deeply want, and know that yes, we can fake the fruit being ripe, right? I always say that one of my grandmas, she would cut up the strawberries. I always remember it was strawberries, and she would just cover them with sugar. And I remember thinking, this is the best idea ever, because it was just like she put so much sugar on those strawberries. I swear to goodness, it was unbelievable. And my grandma, my other grandma, was like, absolutely no. She thought that was just like absolutely the worst thing in the whole entire world, to be eating half a pound of sugar with your fruit. So we can make things sweet, right? We can make it and have it pretend to be what we want it to be. But we need to let the fruit ripen itself. It is going to be so much sweeter. It is going to be so much better for us too. And here it is having patience for, our harvest to come in, for the fruit to ripen, for everything that we have planned to move forward in such meaning and in such prosperity. It brings us then to the Three of Swords. Now, this is the environment, not the environment. This is our hopes and our fears. We fear that our heartbreak will always be first and foremost in our mind. That's where we're really good at pointing out the negative things, because we don't want the heartbreak to come again for ourselves or for anybody else. So let's be super duper safe. Let's wear our helmets when we go outside, because, the world is a scary place. And Spirit's saying, stop, turn around, see the love, see the love, see the beauty. Yes, it is scary, but here, the hope is the healing. It is naming the pain that we have gone through in life. It is saying, I see you. I understand you. Like, I don't, maybe not fully understand, but like, I understand the experience, or I understand the feelings that I have had, the overwhelm that I have had, the anger that I have had. You don't get to rule me anymore. You don't get to take center stage. My pain is not my defining factor. And it brings us then to us moving forward with the Knight of Cups. Now, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So if you're born on the cusp with Cancer, if you have water sign energy in your chart, it comes through very powerfully. And with the Knight of Cups, it's taking what we love. It's also taking what we fear. And we have our armor on, right? We've learned our lessons. We have set those boundaries within our heart, our soul, and ourselves, saying this is what I will accept and this is what I will not accept in life. And now I move forward, cloaked in healing, with the white horse of power and authority. Here we have him racing forward. Here we have him walking forward, the horse. And so we go from being mindful of the chaos, right? And the chaos of mind and the overthinking and the overanalyzing, to the slowly moving forward of heart, out of the tumult of emotions, right? Out of the waves, onto steady ground, onto what we truly love, as we hold the Holy Grail, as we hold what is most sacred to us forward, guiding our way. moving us towards where we deeply desire being. And we can even see the cup, as a scrying cup that we look into, when we've kind of lost our way and said, okay, what do I really want? Like, where do I need to be? Like, what is it that I desire for me? And you'll see a picture come forward. And we can see that we can either have a scrying bowl, right? We can have a scrying bowl, or we can, stop and look inward, whichever works better for you. But it's the heart guiding you forward, and it's love leading you. You have so much to prove. And yet, Spirit is saying, you've already proved so much. Start seeing it yourself, and you will be surprised at how much you have achieved, of how far you have come. Your spirit message, Leo, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is magical. It is a magical time. It is a magical time to see your power. It is a magical time to embrace what it is that you truly want. And it is also the time where you start to see that there's so much more to this world than meets the eye. It brings us then to the chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. This is balance. This is the root chakra. This is embracing balance within ourselves, the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine, very much the Two of Cups, energy coming forward, that yin-yang energy. And it is the harmonizing balance of the spirit, the harmonizing balance of ourselves. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have two. Oh, and of course, they're both the swords. Why? Because we do have a tendency to overthink and overanalyze in the last half of September. Nine of Swords, nightmares, right? Fears kind of taking over and taking on a life of their own. I always think of the Heffalumps and Woozle song, in Winnie the Pooh, where it's that nightmare scene. I don't know exactly how the song goes, but it's the nightmare coming forward, and Pooh Bear is all afraid because it's all so overwhelming. And I know that's a really kind of cute way to think of it, and our nightmares can be so much more. But what we're going to see, our nightmares aren't cute, right? But what we're going to see with the Nine of Swords is that we're climbing out of fear. We're climbing out of doubt. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the swords aren't hanging on the wall. They're kind of stacked like ladders. Well, they are put on the wall, but they're stacked up like ladders. They're horizontal instead of vertical. And what we're going to see is that we're embracing our voice. We're embracing our power. We're climbing out of our fears. But here, it will be very easy to be stuck in them, especially through lies that we tell ourselves, lies that others have told us. And so we have chaos come forward, fear come forward out of lies. And we have to say to ourselves, is this true, right? Is this true? Is this reasonable? What's going on here? And that's going to be very important for us because we're taking away the spookiness of it, right? It's not... We're clipping its wings. We're clipping fear's wings before it starts to take on a life of its own. Our subconscious spirit message is family. Family is just very important to us. It can be magical to us. It is the family that we're born into. It is the family that raised us. It is the family that we have chosen ourselves. Whatever family means to you, it is that connection with family. It moves us then to the chakra energy, and this is rebirth. This is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below your feet. You are seeing yourself reborn and transformed, and you are learning how to spread your wings. Not that fear can take over, but that you can soar to greater heights than you imagined. And it moves us then to the fear, the energy to be mindful of is the 6 of Pentacles, right? And the 6 of Pentacles are things being out of balance, especially money or what you value as much as money. Subconsciously, right? We have here Libra at our heart, right? So we have balance at our heart, but we fear that everything could just fall apart, that there is no balance, there is no harmony. We're always just 5 steps away from utter chaos and destruction, which, okay, fair enough. But here, the advice is to see the beauty within chaos, or the harmony within chaos that has been chaotic around us, right? The harmony within the world, even though life itself has the chaotic nature to it. And it's finding that balance in chaos. It's finding the beauty within our natural world, within our natural selves. And it moves us then to the Emperor. Now, this is Aries energy. Time frame is March 21st to April 19th. This is power. This is authority. This is determination. This is claiming your throne. Subconsciously, you're claiming your power. Subconsciously, you're stepping into your utter strength of being to be the greatest show of force on this earthly plane, right? The Emperor, nobody can be higher than the Emperor. So you're stepping into that role for yourself subconsciously. But consciously, everything is chaotic and overwhelming. So it almost feels like a farce. It feels like a show. And yet Spirit is saying you are stepping into so much more. And you have so much more power, authority, talent than you realize. This is also connecting you with sacred masculine energy. Now, this can be a partner that is very confident, very assured, very, firm within themselves. You can be very drawn to somebody like that. That could be the partner that you have or a partner that you are looking for. This can also be somebody in the spirit world that was just very much a take charge type of person, roll up their sleeves, they got the job done. Doesn't have to be a guy, though it could be. So just being aware of that. They're saying subconsciously they're walking with you. They're helping to calm the chaos. And this is also that sense of stepping into that role of kind of the patriarch, the ruler of your world. And the patriarch in the way of, I'm stepping out, this is the world, this is the face the world is seeing. This is what I'm facing every single day, right? And I'm not shying away. So there is a confidence and a strength and an authority that is coming out subconsciously during this time, which can be a bit overwhelming, but can also be very exciting. All right, Leo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Have a blessed last half of September and a blessed life. Bye.